Hi, Shoen. Sorry, I hope I'm not butchering that, but this is Amanda from Digital Velocity and SEO, and Barrett told me that you were looking for some help with your marketing, so I wanted to shoot you this quick screencast video to kind of show you your current standing and some ways that we could potentially help you. So before we go into your website, I wanted to talk to you about your Google business listing. Just one second here. My mouse keeps freezing up, so you'll have to excuse me if I have to pause for a second. Basically, so your Google business listing, once I can get over to it, is going to be, hold on, here we go. Where did I have you? Here we go. Here's your Google business listing. So basically, with the way that AI is happening with Google, websites are kind of falling to the back a little bit, and Google business listings that's only what they show. They don't show your website anymore when you search for something. It's just your Google business listing. So we're really beefing these up because we've seen that it's having a great impact on local businesses to optimize these listings in conjunction with having your website optimized as well. But so to do that, basically, well, let me take a step back really quick. So when you search for something like gutter installation Olympia, there's several different places on a web page. So right up very, very top, if there was anybody running in what's called Google Guaranteed, it's one of their ad programs. They would be up here at the very, very top, which you qualify for, and I'll talk to you about that a little bit later. But then below that is going to be the regular sponsored ads. So these are your Google pay-per-clicks. These people are doing pay-per-click ads. And then you find the map pack, which is these 3 or 4 listings here next to the map. And it takes a different set of things to get into this as it does to get into the organic listings, which is what's down below. So to get into the map pack here, it takes an optimized Google business listing. So to do this, basically go in here, and it looks like you've got a lot of good quality photos. So we would just go in here and make sure that these are geo-tagged with your location so that that's an extra little boost for SEO. We would make sure that all your information is correct, that your services and categories are correct, that you have service descriptions for all of the services that you offer, that all your information and your hours are correct. It looks like you've got a lot of good reviews here, so that's awesome. But you haven't done any updates since February. So they really like to see, this on a continual basis being updated so that they know that you're active on your listing. You have 2 Instagrams here, which I'm not sure exactly why. But also making sure that your description is completely built out. So they give you 750 words to describe yourself. So making sure that you utilize all of that and that you have a keyword or 2 thrown in there is really important. Then there's an ask and answer question or a questions portion on here. It's not showing up because you don't have any questions, but if you don't have customers that are coming on here and asking you questions, you can ask and answer your own questions. That's a really big ranking factor as far as if this is concerned. So having this optimized listing is about 50% of the ranking factor. The other 50% is what's called citations. So that's going to be your name, address, and phone number as it's listed here on Google in different directories across the web. So places like Yext, Yellow Pages, BBB, Facebook, anywhere there's a business directory listing. And when we work with a new client, we go ahead and build out 200 of these citations for each person that we work with so that you far surpass your competition and so that it takes them a while to catch back up to you. So those are the 2 things that it takes to get into the Google Map Pack. And then to get into the organics section, which is what's down below, that's where your website comes into play. And so, let me go back here. So to do this, I use a tool called Ahrefs, and it basically shows me the back end of your website. So I'm trying to move this thing out of the way here. Okay, so I pulled you up on this tool that I use here called Ahrefs. Wait, that's not you. Where are you at? I'm going to pause this for 1 second while I try and find where I put you at. Just 1 second. Okay, here we go. So basically this is the back end of your website, and this is the DR and the UR score are basically the trust that Google has in you, that you are who you say you are and you do what you say you do, and the power that's being driven to your website. You drive power to your website through what's called backlinks. And backlinks are essentially any link that's on another website that leads back to your website. So if there was a blog post about gutter installation and the author provided a link that led back to your website, if it's what's called a do follow link, then that would be that website telling Google that it's okay to share their power with you. And that's how you move keywords up in the rankings. So, initially you'll show up for keywords when you place them in the content on your website, but you won't be in the ranking positions in the first page of Google without providing backlinks to those keywords. That's part of the monthly SEO cost, is building backlinks to your keywords so that you can move up in the rankings and overtake the competition. The referring domains are just the websites that host those backlinks. And then keywords, right now you're ranking for 14 keywords and you're getting 4 traffic per month. So looking at your keywords, this is going to be, why you're not getting very much traffic. So we're looking for location-specific keywords here. So you do have a couple. You've got gutters, Olympia, Lacey, gutter cleaning, Lacey. So the volume here is going to be how many people per month are searching for this word. The traffic is how much traffic you're getting from this word. And the position is the position that you're in on Google. So for gutters, Olympia, you're in the you're getting 2 traffic out of 50, and you're in the 7th position. For Lacey gutter cleaning, there's 20 people searching for that. You're getting 1 person to your site per month from that word, and you're in the 9th position. So you can see if you were ranking higher for these words that you are showing up for, you would be funneling more of this traffic in. So, it's about going and doing the competitor research to see what keywords your competitors are ranking for that you're not ranking for, and getting those words, into the content on your website, and then doing monthly SEO on those to get them into a ranking position where you're getting more of this traffic. So, looking at some of your competitors here, this is esrwa.com, and this is their structure. So they're beating you a little bit here. They don't really still have very much power that's being driven to their website, but they do have 188 backlinks coming from 138 domains, and they've got 68 keywords, so they're bringing in 76 traffic. And so it looks like they're showing up for some words that you're not showing up for, so we could go through here and do all this research and pick out the words that, you're not showing up for and get you ranking for those ones as well. It looks like they got some pretty good keywords here to go after. And I know I saw on your website that you service everywhere from Bellingham to Vancouver. So right now your keywords are only based around Olympia, so you're missing a lot of opportunity for keywords in Tacoma and Seattle and the surrounding areas. So, be doing the research on those competitors as well, the ones in the different cities, and then finding the keywords that they're ranking for and getting you ranking for those ones as well. So we can drive you in as much traffic from, places that are more likely to convert for you, since they're more likely to actually be customers. This is another one of your competitors. They're not really doing a whole lot either. They've got 73 traffic. They're pretty low on their keywords here. But I did notice, at one point they were getting, 283 traffic per month. So, at one point they were getting some traffic to their website. Something happened. Maybe they stopped doing SEO or something, but, and then this is actually more of a global competitor. So they are local. They do have a local, business here that is doing this work for this company, but this is spread out across the United States. So that's why you'll see, much higher keywords with much higher traffic, because this is happening, over a much larger area of, service. So, and then the Google Guaranteed program, that's something I wanted to talk to you about, because we've seen really, really great results with Google Guaranteed. I pretty much have all of my contractors and home service clients enrolled in Google Guaranteed. And they allow roofing, But once you're inside of the roofing, you can tick on different boxes of things that you want to do. And gutters is one of the options under roofing. So we could get you approved to be in, Google guaranteed. And then there's a lot of benefits to that program. Like basically Google guarantees your work. So people are a lot more, apt to go with a business that they're going to get their money back if they're not happy. I think they will refund up to $2,000, which I know your service costs more than that, but just the person knowing that they'll be reimbursed is sometimes enough to make them go with you over the next guy. And then, you show up at the very, very top of Google search results. So, even before anybody who's got sponsored ads or anything, it comes very, very top. So, it's the first thing that people see when they come onto a web page when they're looking for a service. So, but it's a really great program, and that's a flat fee with us, and then a monthly recurring cost for us to upkeep the account. But it's an awesome program. It's what I always suggest to people if they're needing immediate business. So SEO is the long game. It's going to take some time to build in the background. You're not going to see a lot come from it right away, but eventually it will take over enough to the point where you could cut off your ads and just depend on your SEO leads. But in the meantime, I always suggest doing ads of some sort. And if you can do Google Guaranteed, I always suggest doing Google Guaranteed. And you are one of the categories that's approved for that. So if you'd like to talk about that more, you can reach back out to me. My email is amanda@teamdigitalvelocity.com. Barrett's got it, and my phone number is 360-506-6363. If you want to go ahead and move forward, you can give me a call, and we can schedule like a 20 to 30 minute phone call where I just kind of get some more information about your business to be able to build you a proposal. So I hope that you found this useful, and have a great night.